Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Glad to be here starting our second season of Amazing Conversations. Hey, Sister Connie, how you doing? Glad to see you tuned in. Gonna give everyone else a couple minutes to join us. Again, as we kick off our season two of Amazing Conversations, I have a special guest tonight. Of course, our coroner, Pastor Michael Fowler. We are working to get him added back in. You all know how it is sometimes with computers, technical
All
difficulties.
right.
All right, he's back with us. Hey, Sister Annie, I see you on. Pastor Fowler, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So, hey, Latasha. Hey, Sister Stacy. So, yes, we are glad to have each of you on our live tonight. I see Darnell Grady. How are you? But hopefully, you all got an opportunity to watch our conversation. My conversation with our coroner, Pastor Michael Fowler, where we talked about several things, but our highlight, of course, was the COVID-19 pandemic and how it has, of course, affected our community. But again, as I stated, it's a pandemic, so pretty much everyone around the globe have been affected in some form or the other. Um, Today is March 15th, which actually marks a year that we have, I guess, been fully engulfed into the pandemic as it relates when it kind of hit our city and the quarantine and all. I know it happened a couple weeks before that, but I remember March because matter of fact, it was March 14th. That was actually our last Sunday in church. And here it is today, March 15th. It's a year later, and we're still, adjusting to the pandemic. But I want to start with Pastor Fowler. One of the things that, before I forget, if anybody have any questions, I need for you to go ahead and type those in, and we will try and address those questions or concerns that you have. Now, Pastor Fowler, I know we pretty much wrapped up our conversation discussing about the vaccination site that's in Dougherty County, and I know you were mentioning about them opening it up to 1B, and you said that 1B was just a designation for a certain class or group of people. Do you have any more information on who all is included in that, and has that been extended to others?
Yes, the press conference the other day, governor said that the teachers, all anyone that's in the school system, the teachers, the janitors, the cooks, anyone working in the school system can get the shot now. And they have brought it down the age down to 55.
Okay.
So now have the opportunity time to call in and make their appointment. It's easy by making an appointment. That way you want to go and wait. Sometimes if you just show up, you might have to fill out paperwork, but if you have your appointment already set, you can just walk right up there and just sign in and go straight to the back.
Right. And is that the location that's still on Oak Ridge?
Well, I know the hospital was still doing it. I think Oak Ridge had cut down some because they was not getting the traffic that they was getting. I heard they got a date. They're gonna close that one. They're gonna go back to the drugstores, and the pharmacy is going to start giving the shots, and the hospital still doing it in the health department.
Okay. Yeah, and that's important to know. And I know you mentioned that during our conversation that the site was initially set up for 1,100 people or shots.
Yes,
But then I know you said one of those days they only had 47, and that was a
yes,
concern of yours. You said, if we don't use it, we'll lose it. So it's
yes.
good.
We was not doing it. Making I went up to Macon. I mean, they had lines of cars trying to get the vaccine, but we didn't really take advantage of it. I felt that we should have, but we still can get the shot to call in the number and go ahead and get the vaccine from the hospital or the health department.
Right, right. Well, we definitely need to take advantage of that because I know that there's still some skepticism with some people, the safety of it and is this really something that I should do right now? But again, I
Right.
like, one of the things you mentioned on the call. It was like a lot of times, we take medicine just because it's prescribed by the doctor, but we really don't know what's in it. And there's oftentimes a long
That's true.
list of side effects. And I'll tell you, I want to say this. My husband and I were on a Zoom call, and I think I told you this, with Bishop Jakes, a group of some pastors with his organization. And he said to us, he said, for me to be able to hug my grandchildren is worth me taking it. And I think about, I was talking to someone else the other day, and they were saying that that's one of the things that they miss about, the pandemic, is that you don't have the ability to hug one another like
Right.
we do. And I know me, I'm a hugger, so that's been an adjustment for me, which was actually one of the reasons why even my husband and I decided to move forward with getting the vaccination, because we know that we want to continue to live and enjoy life, but we've got to do it as safe as we possibly can.
That is
So,
so true. Definitely. I know many people miss that. And this time of year, soon will be time like spring break. People want to get together. They want to get ready for family reunions, uh, class trips, and things that we are missing that we're not doing. I know we miss that. But like I said, if we go through this season where we at now, if everybody try to get the vaccine and keep doing what we're doing, I think in a few months, we'll be able to let our guard down a little bit more.
well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I know I also heard something that President Biden was on a mission, I think, to have everyone eligible for the vaccine. Was it by May 1st, if I'm not mistaken?
That'll be great. I'm so great for what he's doing, trying to get many people as possible with the vaccine. I think that is a great thing to do.
Mhm. I wanted to ask you too. I noticed that you started wearing double masks.
Yes.
Can, can you kind of shed some insight on that?
Well, if you saw this Dr. Fossey on TV, he was saying the same thing. Double mask is better than no mask at all. When the other virus came out, I was wearing one mask when we just had corona, COVID-19, but when the other virus started coming out, uh, I started putting on two masks on the safe side
Mm.
uh, to be a double protection, I'll say. Even though I might be I can wear the N95 with just one mask, but a lot of times I wear a cloth mask and I just double mask because the N95 to me is better. But I just sometimes the N95, like I said, is more bulky and it's sometimes more difficult to breathe all day long. But
Yes.
the cloth mask is more easy and more fitting around your face. So I just
Mm-hmm.
rather sometimes wear the double mask and be on the safe side. Especially if I'm gonna be in a crowd close to someone uh, uh, that I'm gonna be talking, have a conversation with. That might, to me, that's the safest thing. If I take the first mask off when I get from around the crowd, and I dispose of that mask, I get that mask washed, and then just have one mask on. But I'm
Right.
gonna be a close knitted place. I think double mask gonna be the safest thing to do until everybody get the vaccine.
Right.
Because the person that I'm talking about in the crowd, well, they may not have had the vaccine. I had it, so I really be on the safe side.
Mm-hmm. Can you mention too, um, as it relates to our city? What's the status on the numbers? Are we looking better? What's the conversation about that?
We doing a whole lot better compared to what we was doing. I mean, now you see so many people wearing masks that was not wearing masks. I think that's good. But now you still have quite a few people that have gotten the vaccine, that have both shots already, and then some just had one shot. So I think individuals' eyes are coming open that they tired of this. They ready for it to be over with. So I
Mm-hmm.
think many people now are just going to take it. Let me go and get it over with because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being sheltered in because I think this mentally have something to do with your mind just being locked in, shut down all the time. So I know people are tired, especially the ones the 65 and older, the ones that retired individuals at home. They probably tired of being at home watching TV all day, just in those four walls. They want to get out. They want to get some sun. They want to walk the mall. They want to do something. So I Like I said, I'm keeping encouraging everybody possibly can take the shot, man, get the vaccine.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, and this weather has been gorgeous. You know, they say you get spring fever. I'm definitely experiencing that because it's even though the pollen is quite thick, but it's just something about a nice, cool day and the beautiful sunshine. I tell you, it makes me want to be out there even more.
I was saying this, First Lady.
Uh-huh.
We see the pollen today, how thick it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing masks gonna stop you from inhaling that pollen. So if I'm not gonna wear the mask for the virus, I'm not worried about the virus. Wear it for the pollen, because you inhaling that pollen, you can see the pollen falling out there. You can't see the virus,
Right.
so the virus is more deadly than the pollen or the pollen. So if we probably gonna have less allergies because so many people wearing masks now, less allergies this year because people got masks on already. But you can just imagine you inhaling all that green stuff that falling on your car. This is going through your nostrils, going through your lungs. I mean, just think about it. Just wearing a mask just for that is worth it.
Yeah. Well, I know some people suffer from pretty bad cases of allergies. So you're right. So that's a double benefit. Cut down on allergic reactions as well as to protect us from COVID-19.
That's
Pastor,
true.
is there anything else that you want to say? Our audience tonight, they're on here, but they have no questions. I guess that means we do a really great job at conversation.
Well,
Is there
I thank you for opening it up and trying to inform the community what we have and trying to educate them, because there's a lot of questions that had not been answered. I think we have answered quite a few of that question. I think it's important to keep people informed. So I want to thank you for even allowing me to be there.
Well, listen, I thank you because I know that you are a busy man. Somebody did send in a question. Let's say, so if the teachers have gotten vaccinated and the kids have not, do we still need to double mask? I think mostly everyone at my school has. Okay, so this is someone commenting. I guess they're a teacher, and they want to know, should the teachers double mask?
If they have the vaccine already,
Mm-hmm.
if they
Yes.
have the vaccine, I mean, I wouldn't be talking about the double mask and that as much, because they still probably not read up on the students. I think they probably still, having students sitting at their desks or in their seats, and they still probably walking around, but you have had the vaccine and you got a protection. If you do get COVID-19, you will not have the effects on you that a normal person have without the shot. If you do have some kind of a cough or difficult breathing, it will not be severe if you have had both of the shots, the scientists are saying. So I would still probably wear, one of the masks at least.
Gotcha. Okay. So because the vaccination does not prevent you from getting COVID, it just minimizes the harm that it can do to your body. Correct?
Well, it's a 95% effective. So if you happen to get the COVID-19, you will not have this severeness of it, but you still should wear your mask because everybody have not been vaccinated. Same thing as the teachers. A child can bring it from home from their grandparent, or bring it home from the parents and infect the classroom or infect the teacher. But if you've had the teachers have had the vaccine, I'll still probably wear a mask on the safe side until everyone I know be vaccinated.
Yeah. So we may be in the mask for a little while longer.
Yes, probably. So I'm figuring by July, August, I hope everybody pretty much got it. We can kind of ease off a little bit, that we won't be so, I say we have to double mask all the time. Because we might be wearing masks, I'm saying maybe to the end of next year. I mean, we can't say we want, but I don't think, at the scientists said, the ones that's in your bubble, if everyone in that bubble have had both shots, you should be safe to be able to not have the mask on. But everybody in that bubble, you're not guaranteed that they've had the shot, the vaccination. So you might still need to take precaution.
Right, right. So I guess what you're saying, we'll just have to keep wearing this mask a little longer.
A little longer.
Let's see, one more question. It says, has there been any discussion about kids with underlying conditions getting the vaccination?
Well, I think they're doing a lot of testing. I think they're trying to really get the senior citizen, older individuals that have, I say, the severeness, because uh, kids seem to be doing better, because like I said, I only have, I think, 2 or 3 deaths in 20 years old and younger.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly be the 60, 70, and 80 years old. Most times be the most worst ones, or the ones that die, the ones that I've seen in the hospital. I mean, very seldom you'll see a child come in there, but most time it's the older ones, our immune system, the ones that it affect.
Okay. So even if it's a minor who has, let's just say, diabetes, you're saying that still the probability of them surviving the COVID is still high because their immune system is still at a
Right,
good. Okay.
right.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, that's good to know too. Was there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's basically it. Again, I'm glad to be a part of the panel.
All right. Well, again, I always thank you for your time. I know you had to take time out of your schedule to prepare to do this for me, and I'd like to give a special thanks to you for that. My husband says hello, by the way.
Tell them hello too. Thank him too.
And I want to thank each of you that tuned in to our conversation tonight, our Facebook Live. I do ask that you like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we are happy to have you all tonight. Hope you'll join us next week as we air another episode of Amazing Conversations. Thank you again, Pastor Michael Fowler. I hope you have a great rest of the evening.
Same to you now.